What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another Dragon Blaze video. I hope everybody's doing very well today. We're coming back for some more Dragon Blaze content. As always, make sure you're doing your events. Another Dungeon Challenger clear event. Gotta love that. I've already cleared mostly all of mine, which makes me sad. But yeah, we'll finish that up when it resets. Your World Boss Best Record event, killing the boss, getting all the good resources from that. The log event has ended. Make sure you're doing your Tower of Secrets. This one's actually pretty awesome. You know, you have your Tower of Beginning, Tower of Challenge, Tower of Limit. You know, you gotta have some strong heroes for this. I'm currently in the Tower of Limit, getting through it pretty smoothly. So make sure you are paying attention to the tower. And obviously we have our mining a bit, of course. And make sure you are mining and fighting her, because she's very important. You get a lot of good stuff from that. And from me mining, I did get her armor and her weapon. So I'm very happy because I've been buying packs trying to get armors for everyone, and I haven't got hers yet. And I finally got 2 of hers, so I'm hoping I get the accessory as well from mining. And let me see if she's actually responded again real quick before we get to the video. This will be like an investment series video as well, because we have to finish that. And she has. Let's fight her real quick. I want to fight her as much as possible while she's here. But yeah, we're gonna finish. We're gonna do more of the investment series. Took a little break from it. I still got to do the other 2 warriors, and then we'll get through the enchanters, and then that's it on that. So I've tamed 4 hero cards. Okay, that's not bad. And then, you know, you should definitely keep getting back on actually fighting. Nice, fighting her for sure. But anyways, let's get back to it. We are in the warrior section. I did do one of these for one of my subscribers, I believe, that they asked for. So we're going to go ahead. The last one we did was you. So now we're going to go ahead and do you. So let's see. I did put a little bit of time into this hero. You definitely want to be putting a lot of rubies into your heroes, like as much as you can, getting them powered up to about 80 or so, maybe 90, and then going through Library of Fate and finishing out the levels from there. So very important. Didn't know that a long time ago, but that hasn't really stopped me from progressing through the game. Now I do know. But yes, this is who we're going to be checking out today. Warrior Physical Tank. Interesting, actually. Let's see what she can do as we're kind of going through everything and checking that stuff out. All right. So let's see, it says attacks one enemy, increase physical attack of all allies upon normal attack, 7th phase. So that's actually pretty important. As you know what the series is all about, I've already made a video about explaining what the series is. But that's actually really, really important that she does that. 7th phase too, which is a nice size buff. I really, really like the fact that she increases the physical attack for all allies upon normal attack. So it's that she's going to constantly keep doing it. And after a while, it's going to go on cooldown and then attack again. And then next thing you know, the buff's back. So that's actually pretty impressive. First ability, it says type. It says inflicts 2,250% skill damage on one enemy. Cooldown 15.8 seconds. Let's see why. Specialty 1, it says increase DEX by 18% for all allies, 7th phase, 5 stacks, which is very important. Your DEX is one of your most important stats to your character. And then the fact that it increases 5 times because it stacks 5 times, that's pretty impressive. I mean, that can be very meaningful depending on what you're doing in the game. Specialty 2, it says cast flaming hand effect on all allies. 7th phase for 10.2 seconds. Let's see what this is. Flaming hand effect, attacking your last target increases inflict damage by 108%. Now that's actually really important. This hits all of your allies, by the way. So they're going to get this passive. They're going to get this ability, and that's going to be very meaningful, especially if your team is already strong. as it is, that's going to be very, very, very meaningful as well. So I love the fact that she does that. Secondly, let's go to the next one. It says, inflicts 2,475% skill damage on one enemy, cooldown 21.3 seconds. Let's see why here. The first one says specialty 1. It says increase additional boss damage by 40%, 7th phase, 5 stacks. So that's actually really, really important. I didn't mean to click on that. Let's go back to the ability that we're currently reading. That's very important. That 7th phase, 5 stack. I mean, it's going to do a lot of damage because the fact that it does stack 5 times. And now, even though it's a little percentage, doesn't matter. Anything in this game gives you an advantage to help you get through whatever you're trying to get through. So that's actually very important to know that. Specialty 2, cast the flaming hand effect on all allies, which you already know what that one is, but this might be different. 7th phase for 15.4 seconds. Let's see what this is. It's actually no, yeah, flaming hand. But this says flame and still effect. 1, it says increase attack speed by 10%, which can be very meaningful. I mean, any increases is always good, guys. Know that. And then the second one says increase STA by 20% and reduces received damage by 10%, which can be very useful. So 10% of whatever you're taking, it allows her to stay alive just a little bit longer. So it's actually very important to know that she can do that. And then afterwards, it'll go on cooldown and then it'll reset, and then you can also get that ability again. So that's actually pretty nice. I mean, I'm liking she's a mixture of doing damage and trying to stay alive and giving your allies buffs. That's very, very meaningful. I really love that about this hero. And then the last effect says signature skill. Upon charging 100% signature energy, specialty 1, it says inflicts 13,500% skill damage on one enemy, which is very meaningful. That's some good damage there. Secondly, it says increase physical attack by 432% and single attack by the same percentage I just mentioned for all allies. 7th phase, 5 stacks. So now this is where some big damage is probably going to come into play with her signature skill. That's actually very important. 7th phase, 5 stacks. So obviously, you know, if anything 7th phase or higher interrupts her buff, it will take it off. But if nothing all else, that's going to be some big damage. And then the third, it says increase main stats by 216% and additional boss damage by 432% for Vermin family. 7th phase, 5 stacks. Not sure what that is, to be honest. Hopefully they have more in the description about that. We'll check that out. We'll go through her abilities and see if there's anything hidden that we missed. But that's actually pretty nice. Goes up to 5 stacks, so that's some pretty big damage as well. So we're going to come over here, excited preview, and then we're going to go to her skills, and let's see if we did miss anything. It says the bottom here. Nope, didn't miss anything there. Nope, didn't miss anything here. And then obviously, yes, so here's the bottom one. So we have more here. So 7th phase, and then we have specialty 4. It says cast Curse of Hades on one enemy 7th phase for 33 seconds. Cast Curse of Hades effect. All received damage become critical hit. Now that's very important in the name of rest, which is pretty powerful. That's very important. Your critical hits does the most damage you can possibly do. So the fact that she's going to allow you to do that is quite powerful and meaningful as you're wanting to use this character in your lineups and stuff like that. So that's actually very, very meaningful as we're breaking this character down together. That's very nice. I don't see many character breakdowns doing videos about it, so it's kind of awesome hearing about it to give your thoughts, which is why I love people like this stuff, which is great. That's really good. And then the second one says increase received physical damage by 270%. So that's nice. I mean, all around, this is a pretty awesome tank warrior. That's amazing. So we're going to go to Mercy here. Her passive, it says conditional special skill. Condition upon entering the battlefield. So as soon as she enters, this will happen. Increase received physical damage and single damage by 90% for one enemy. 7th phase. And then the second one says remove all buffs from one enemy 7th phase, ignoring immunities and evasion. Let's point that out for a second. That's very important. Anytime anything in this game that has immunity to invasion and just getting debuffs and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be, she ignores that when she uses this onto them. So that's very important. Those characters are pretty broken, in my opinion, because no matter what, this is going to happen to you. Now, it is 7th phase, so if they have immunity and evasion that's really high, or kind of buff that gives them 8th phase or higher, then unfortunately this is not going to work. But other than that, yeah, that's really powerful that this will work anything 7th phase or lower. And then it says passive. It's the last words. It says personal passive, increase STA by 108% and reduce receive damage by 41%. So now we have another reduction. That's actually pretty powerful. That's nice when you stack those together. That can be meaningful at times, especially the stronger she gets. It's going to be harder to take her out. So that's very meaningful. And then the Vermin Family Aura, it says increase main stats by 54%. Physical attack by 218%, and additional 16%, and additional boss damage of 108%. So I'm guessing this is just for her. So I'm guessing, like, you know, her ultimate, you know, she gets a buff from that, and then obviously from here she'll get a buff from that. I'm guessing that's what that means from her. So we're gonna kind of go with that. So that's very meaningful when it comes to that additional buff that she's getting from the Family Aura. And then the last one is Fire Dragon of Genesis. It says Scarlet Passive. Ally Aura, increased physical attack by 324%. Skill attack by the same percentage, and additional boss damage by 162%, which is nice. Vermin Family Aura, increased physical attack by 432%. Additional boss damage by 216%. And skill attack by 432%, which is very nice. Now we're going to go to the enemy aura part, where it says increase received damage by 135% and physical damage by the same percentage I just mentioned. Great. We need that extra stuff. That's going to help us out in the long run. And in the specialty, it says upon using in the name of rest, increase physical attack by 864%, range attack by the same percentage I just mentioned, and additional boss damage by 432%. For all Vermin Family, 7th phase, 5 stacks. I need to really look into more of that just to make sure. I'm wondering if this is her. I know, like, the Star of Heroes have, like, different breakdowns about, like, different heroes and different families and different groupings. So it could be that too, and she can be a part of this as well. I'll have to definitely look into that. But for the most part, the additional buffing is actually very nice. And then we have your 3rd impact, which you can read on your own time. Because it's just your 3rd impact conditional passive, receive damage from lower enchantment levels and stuff like that. Just stuff that's can be important, but the video would be too much longer, and it's not really too hard to break that down. This is where, you know, my stuff is for what damage that she can do and all that good stuff. And then we're gonna go to Blood of Lava, which is her Infinity passive. It says ally aura, increase physical attack by 156%, single attack by 172%, and additional boss damage by 75%, and skill attack by 168%. That's pretty meaningful. Any additional kind of buffs in this game is just so nice. Personal, you know, team buff, anything of that nature is also very nice to have. We're going to go to specialty 1 here. It says using Heart of the Star, increase physical attack by 72% for all allies. 7th phase, 5 stacks. So it's very important. It's going to stack 5 times. That more damage is going to be so helpful. Specialty 2, upon using Mercy, increase in enemies receive physical damage by 90%. 7th phase for 55 seconds. That's quite a long time to deal more damage. That's a long time. That's going to be very meaningful. And then your Scarlet passive, it says Vermin Family effect increases single attack by 189%, physical attack by 213%, and additional boss damage by 109%. Then we're going to go to the enemy passive, which will be the last one. It says increase received physical damage by 49%, especially upon using the name of rest, increases physical attack by 864%, and additional boss damage by 432% for Vermin Family. 7th phase, 5 stacks. This could get higher, and it will get higher when you reach the enchant stage. So just keep that in mind. It will go up higher. And then the last one, it says using Flame and Steel, increase physical attack by 158% for all allies. 7th phase, 3 stacks. So it kind of went down a little bit. And as you see, I have gold armor. I can already get red armor if I want. I'm just kind of just waiting because I need to get some more coins. I can already purchase a piece of that. Jewels are done. All the abilities are done on it. I haven't used her Book of Heroes yet, so I guess we'll go ahead and unlock that too while we're in this video, because I did just make a video about that. We'll go ahead and max the first book and get her some more cards and more resources, get 8 of those. So we'll be definitely doing more Book of Heroes. But what do I think about her? I think she's fantastic, actually. She'll definitely be very useful for your lineup, depending on where you are in the game, because it's definitely going to be hard to invest into certain heroes, because you know you're going to be buying a lot of spending a lot of rubies for the hero that's designated, that's going to get you the most, and then you have to just hope and pray that you'll get more for these heroes here, unless you want to go through Library of Fate and farm for them. That's going to be kind of the best thing to do currently. So I can level her up a few more times now, because I've been buying a lot of cards recently because of the new hero that's still out. But yes, powering up your heroes does take a lot of time. This series is to help break down what they do and my thoughts and how good they will be. And you can power them up essentially as you're going through the game as new heroes come out. But I do like this hero. I think she's very, 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 very good at what she does. And I hope you use her in your lineup. And that is it for the video days to guys. So I hope you come by and see more. And we will definitely see you for the next one.